Bulldog Total Access here at training camp in the rolling hills of Normal, Alabama, sitting in Lewis Crew Stadium. Ty Floyd, Abrion, Scotty Scott. It is a beautiful day for some football. It's the most wonderful time of the year. And I'm not talking about Christmas.
Oh, no, it's football. It's football season.
It's football season.
And listen, man, we're going to try this again, part 2. It's okay. When you got so much things going around here in the after parts. But listen, day 1 of training camp, excited. We got one of the stars from last year's team. He's on the sideline waiting to get in here as well. So we're excited about what's going on here at day 1 training camp.
So before we bring this guy on, let's go ahead and talk about camp, right? First impressions, things that you may have saw, from the energy to the guys on the field to the atmosphere. What are some of those things?
I love the energy. We had a DJ early this morning. Shout out to DJ KB.
Yes.
He was rocking and rolling this morning. A lot of jumping around just in shell helmets and stuff like that. Early, kind of had to pick up the energy, but by team and 7-on-7, the energy was high point. The energy was on high.
I definitely have to agree with you. Being around these guys
as much as you are,
as much as I am, some of these guys have just been so excited, have been itching to have the opportunity to touch the field again, touch the field with their teammates. Some of these guys coming back from injury, some of these guys just transferring in, coming from junior colleges or big schools where they may not have gotten as much time on the field as
Absolutely.
they would have liked to. And then, of course, just buying into everything that Coach Shade is selling here.
And I like that point. That's a great point, because you don't really get to see what culture you've established until it gets put out in the field.
Absolutely.
Right? When you have the returners mixed with the new guys, and it really matters what this new culture that Sam Shade is trying to instill here on the Hill going forward.
And when we talk about head coach Sam Shade has gotten that year under his belt. He's been able to get his guys. He's been able to recruit. When you look out at some of the guys that have transferred into the program, I'm kind of jumping around in segments here, but who are some of those guys that you're looking at and you're like, okay, he's going to be an impactful Bulldog?
It's hard to say per se because it's day 1, but 2 guys that I always really liked when I saw their filming and everything about them was Beck and Mac, the quarterbacks. I really like the quarterback room. I think it's a strong one. It's probably one of the strongest in the SWAC, just in depth wise. And you can see that you need that depth with Jackson State. Their guy goes down, they start the freshman, and he takes them the rest of the way. I think we have a room just like that with Hanley, what he did in the season when Quad went down. And I think adding Beck and Mack into that is making that competition room immense.
Last year, quarterback woes were one of the main things that hindered the season, more specifically because there was a lack of depth, especially as the season continued to progress. And EJ Hanley saw an injury in the Magic City Classic. Now this year brought in 2 guys that you have mentioned, Beckham Kritza from Penn State, the guy that everybody is kind of looking to see, McClure Armstrong, NJCAA Jayhawk Offensive Player of the Year, coming from Butler Community College, Coffeyville Community College. And then you have the guy, EJ Hanley. Are we ready to hear from EJ?
I'm ready to hear from EJ. Day 1 practice, what that look like?
Everybody welcome EJ Hanley.
No, you come on up. Yeah. They got to see what you look like. You can step right here.
Your fro looks amazing.
I appreciate it.
Go ahead, sit down. I give you the seat.
So EJ, I mean, you're coming off of a season where you had to step up into that starting role and really carry the team. Big shoes to fill. It was a lot of pressure, but how has that experience contributed to your growth and maturity to who you are now?
It shaped me a lot, and I really do appreciate it through the ups and the downs, the trials and the tribulations. This team never wavers. They always have my back. Last year I had a lot of growing to do. I was a freshman. I thought I had time. And it came sooner than I expected, but I'm thankful for it. And I'm thankful for all those guys in that locker room, the coaches in those offices, because they believed in me. And when things got hard, they didn't give up on me, and I'm forever grateful to them for that.
EJ, coming into day 1, Quad got the waiver, and now it's really you guys battling it out, and plus you have Beck and Mac. How do you establish your leadership, knowing that you've carried this team, as well as now that day one, everybody has a shot to be the starter. How do you go in, day out, getting the work in and showing the coaches that you deserve that starting role?
Just go in and do my part. You know, some guys, when you're in a competition, you think you have to do too much. And our coaches, they preach it to us. Of course, we want to be game changers, but we have to play within the structure of our offense because that's what's going to help us move forward as a team. And, you know, I'm competing against a great group of guys. There are 6 of us, and all 6 of us can play dang good football. So, you know, it's my job to find a way to stand out. And whether that's, you know, making plays down the field, continue to push the ball down the field, or taking what the defense gives me, whatever it requires, that's what I'm going to do to help this football team.
I like it.
So when you talk about that camaraderie and the togetherness of the quarterback room while simultaneously going into the competition, how can you take from your teammates and absorb the different things from knowledge to just maybe their style of play while also keeping in mind, like, we're teammates, we have to uplift each other, but also this is a competition?
Yeah, you got to find a balance, but I find it much easier because we're all brothers.
That's good.
A lot of people who are in competition with each other, that's all it is to them. And a lot of times they envy each other. They often don't like each other, but we all love each other. We're brothers at the end of the day. We're just brothers who are competing for the same spot. And we all know there can only be one quarterback on the field to represent our prestigious university at a time. And we all want to be that guy.
Last question, EJ, from me. Wide receiver. I'm a former wide receiver. You know, I got to talk about my divas out here. We don't got to say no names, but it's led by Jordan. How does that wide receiver group look coming into this year? You know, I know you said you want to push the ball downfield, but hey, those guys got to get open. Those guys got to stretch the field. What does that wide receiver look like for you as a quarterback perspective?
So we brought in a lot of guys. We got a lot of continuity. We got a lot of coming back. Some guys who were hurt last year, a lot of guys who grew up last year.
Mm-hmm.
We had 3 freshmen that played a ton last year. And those guys came back. I'm grateful for it. I'm super excited because those guys are explosive. They make plays when the ball's in their hands, and they do their job. And that's going to help the team.
I like it.
Well, EJ, thank you so much for your time. Greatly appreciate you. Last question for me, because I have to touch on this. You get to take the field with your brother.
Oh, that's dope.
Your brother, Keon. So being able to play with him, we saw him messing with you as he was going up into the locker room, but just being able to have him here by your side, I've got to see the little kid pics of y'all playing from all the way Mighty Mites to now. What is it like?
It's a dream come true. You know, me and my brother, it's a dream we've always had, and you know, we both started our college journeys different. But for his final 2 years, for him to be able to come together and play with each other, it's great, man. I love it so much. I enjoy seeing him live out his dream, and we get to live out together, representing the university and representing the last name on the back of my jersey.
EJ, we're excited to see what you do as camp continues to unfold. If you want to keep up with EJ, make sure you stay connected with us on all of our social media.
And tell me your social. They want to follow you.
My Instagram is E_J9Y.
All right, man. Appreciate you, EJ, man.
Thank y'all.
Always,
Thank
boy.
you. The next time we have you on here, we have to talk about this stellar and amazing Lego collection. You guys, he has 100 Lego things. We got to talk about it. Thank you so much, EJ, for your time. Greatly appreciate you. All right, Scotty Scott. Let's go ahead and keep it in the quarterback room, as that was our position spotlight today. And to run down the list of quarterbacks for everyone, we have obviously Cornelius Quad Brown, who coaches would say is the heart of the team. He's the leader. We have McClure Armstrong. He's showing why he has won Offensive Player of the Year. Talented. The team has really gravitated toward him, and he's like that bright spot.
Absolutely.
On the field.
Absolutely.
Nigerian. They like to liken him to a secret weapon. He's a wild card. He's one of those different guys, one of those guys that can show up in so many different ways, whether showing his duality with his arm, showing his duality with his legs. He's definitely one of those guys I could see them having kind of like this package for him, maybe where it's like,
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Sneaky.
Bob, can y'all take this?
So we'll just have to see. EJ Hanley had to step into Quad Brown shoes after he got hurt last year. Shows the maturity being in the system for a long time. And then you have Makai. Makai comes from UAPB. He brings a wealth of experience. And also the guy that everybody is talking about and excited to see, Kritza. He has a long arm, and he's showing in this camp why he's P5 guy.
No, man, most D1 institutions will kill to have that much depth and that much talent.
Yes.
And I've seen these guys as they train, as they come out to practice today. You're talking about everybody has a live arm, from Ty to Makai to Mac to Beck to Quad to EJ. Everybody can get the job done. And the thing to me is, you're talking about starters. See, a lot of people they bring in recruits that we don't really know what they can do.
Maybe buried in the depth chart.
Buried in the depth chart, right? Like, hey, just got a guy. Right. But Mac, Offensive Player of the Year. Makai, a starter, impact player at UAPB, right? Quad, returning starter. EJ, starting minutes, right? Ty started at Valley as well. I mean, you're talking about guys that have all done the job at a very high level at their position. So when you're talking about competition, that's what it looks like. Yes. That every day, one guy, it might not be Quad today. It might be Beck today. Tomorrow it could be Mac. Tomorrow it could be Makai. Everybody can show up and show out, and that's what I love about this quarterback room. And that's why I think fans need to understand that. I know you're looking for number 10, and everybody's looking for number 10. But don't be surprised if one of those guys sort of sneaks into the game and shows you some plays as well, because they can all do it.
Absolutely, and I think it's very important, especially after last year where there were so many different quarterback woes, from injuries to Quad Brown, then to EJ Hanley, Ashley Tucker Jr., then having to go to Grambling and play J.D. Davis, who had never took a snap. So it's great now to have so much depth. But now going back to new faces, because we touched on it briefly before EJ joined us. We talked about Beckham, Kritza, McClure, Armstrong. You also asked EJ about wide receivers. One guy that I really enjoy watching is Jarrell Williams, transfer from West Virginia. He's long, he's tall, and I feel like he brings depth, especially with the losses to targets like a Trey Abner and a Frank Pierre, who is now at our rival Alabama State. So when you look at wide receivers and new faces, who are some of those guys that you're like, okay, yeah, I like?
They have a freshman that they brought in. I believe he's from California. I off the top of my head, I can't really think of his name, but I really liked watching him this training camp before day one of practice. The room in general, as EJ brought, is deep and led by Jordan. I think he's going to have a breakout year as well.
Jordan Chambers-Smith.
Yeah, absolutely. Going from number 12 to number 1.
Yes.
So it's a reason why, because he is that guy, right? But I think a name that I saw here today, I put number 82 and number 12. Now, number 82 is a tight end, and number 12, I believe that's Devon Pierce, or one of those. I believe that's his name as well. I'm giving y'all numbers because people can switch their numbers later into the season if somebody. So I just want to give y'all numbers for today. But number 12, big body guy. They had him his hand in the dirt as well as standing up. Very versatile. I like seeing him today. He was showing out on 7-on-7 as well as in team. But today, it got to go to number 3. Number 3 was making some spectacular catches today. That's your Jarrell. That's your guy.
Williams, yeah, that's my guy right there.
I mean, big body guy going up and getting them today. It was exciting to see that because, again, you don't see a lot of guys his size with the willingness to attack the ball at the high point like he is, and we need that going on to the season.
Now, taking over a peek to the defensive side, I am really enjoying the transformation here because last season, I mean, we could talk about the defensive woes, being able to stop the run was a big thing, and then just teams having 400 yards or over total yards of offense on. It's very difficult to win a game like that. So the coaches hit the ground running, and Ronald McKinnon did his, what the kids would say, big one, because wow, we got DJ Barber coming from Auburn. We have DeJuan Deloach coming from Jacksonville State, both of them adding depth after the loss of Demetrius Biombi, team captain. But coaches are raving about the size of Deloach, his strength, his speed, his IQ. But if you are in the field house, when you're able to experience just who he is, He is totally locked in. I walked in this morning and it's like I didn't even recognize who he was because he was just so locked in. And those are some of the things that we need on that defense.
I think as camp goes on, I think they're going to start to separate themselves. For me, as an offensive guy, you really never really saw the defense until pass came on because they know offensive guys are going to win the one-on-one, as they call the shorts game, right? But what I did love about the defense today, high energy. Team defense won today. I can't. There's not a lot of things they can do at the level that they want to do at, with hitting and doing all the things that they want to do, but just showing the energy that the intensity to compete. They look ready. They look hungry, and I think as training camp comes on and them pads come on, we're gonna come back on here and have a different conversation and start saying some real names of, hey, be on the lookout. This guy had a monster day today.
Man, I got names because I'm just so excited and thrilled, and I definitely get what you're saying in terms of that defensive line and them being able to actually go full throttle. But I was actually very pleased with what I was able to see today, especially when it comes to this defensive line. I think Coach Marco Coleman has done a tremendous job of recruiting, but not also recruiting, developing. He's one of those coaches in the spring. I mean, he was putting his hands on guys in a football manner, of course. But he was putting his hands on guys, showing them that level of tenacity. Shows why he was drafted in the first round, and he wants to get his guys that have those same pro aspirations to get there as well. But I like the newcomers. While we're still on the topic, Keenan Pierce of Mars Hill. You have to be good to make that jump from Division II to Division I, right?
Absolutely.
Tyquarius Perry, Javion Campbell of Kentucky, and then you have freshmen like Donovan Bozeman, who is 6'6", 220 pounds. We talked about Coach Marco Coleman, his tenacity, his ability to develop. You look at a guy like that, you have to believe that
Here's the upside.
He can be, if he stays, which is a rarity in college football, he could be the next Carson Vincent to get drafted out of Alabama A&M.
Absolutely. You're looking to the Isaiah Lands of the world, the James Houstons of the world, right? Like that's what you're looking, because it's no different than Isaiah Land coming to FAM, getting tutored, mentored, putting the size on that he needed to get drafted to the next level and being impactful, right? So Coach Coleman being the hard-nosed guy that he is, the shocker, and the intensity that which he coaches, I can see a kid like that growing and getting to his body and seeing impactful plays on here in the season.
All right, Scotty. So now we're going to look ahead. We're going to look ahead to the next practice. What must improve, the biggest unanswered questions, and what we're looking for at the end of next practice.
What I'm looking for, I want to see the DBs compete a little more.
Okay.
Again, I'm a wide receiver, so my guys gonna do work. Okay, that's what we do. You ain't gonna stop us. But I want to see more from DB. Hud's group, he's a leader out there. Number 3, and he pushed his guys, but I don't think they raised to the challenge today. And I think Hud's gonna go back in the room. He's gonna get with them. He's gonna talk about it, because the way Jay Hud is and the way he competes, he's going to make sure his guys compete the same exact way. So I would like to see a little bit more from that DB room going out into next training camp.
Absolutely. Jeremiah Hudson-Davis, a team leader, one of those guys who is definitely going to make sure that he pushes his guys and holds them accountable. This has been the Bulldog All Access
Whoa. Wait. What? The football girl, you got to give me what you looking for. Come on now, let's not act like you haven't been around a lot of football.
Man,
what are you looking forward to seeing next training camp? You try to dip out on?
No, just being conscious of time. But I will have to say, definitely the chemistry portion. I love the tenacity and the fire from these guys. Did have a little bit of squabbles here and there, but we all have to keep in mind that we are a team. I definitely have all eyes in the trenches. My dad was a running back. So listen, I like to make sure that my running backs and my quarterbacks are protected, but also this defensive line. I was very impressed by the number of quarterback hurries we had, the pressure that the defense overall was able to do today. So I'm excited to see. And I'm also excited to see this QB battle live in full effect. I think people would just assume it's Quad Brown.
Yeah, no, it's not.
But it's not.
It's not.
It's definitely not. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for joining us on Bulldog All Access. Make sure to stay connected with us on all of our social media pages for your latest in Bulldog news and coverage. For Abrion Scott and Ty Floyd, we'll see you another day.
Go Bulldogs.
Go Bulldogs.